Welcome to yet another episode of Killing Floor 2. This time I will be playing a multiplayer game on the Outpost map, and I will be talking about what to do and what not to do in multiplayer games, and more general set behavior, something like that. And here I see I'm trying to find a server that is still around wave 1 to 4 out of 10. And here I see it only this server is only playing on wave 3, so I joined this server. The thing about joining the server is I don't recommend joining servers where the wave is already a straight wave, because you will be hugely increasing your Scrake's health, and it's better if there's a 5 people server and you join as a 6th player. But if there's only 2 or 3 people, you're joining at a Scrake wave, it actually increase the health of the Scrake by a lot, and you may not even have enough time to get to the trader, because at trader time they still spawn you as where the game normally starts. They don't spawn you near the trader, so you may not have enough time to get to the trader. Without a decent weapon on a Scrake wave, you are not helping the team, you're dragging the team down. And pistol doesn't really help you on a Scrake wave, so I don't recommend joining after wave 4 or 5 if there's a long gap. And here I join the server, and when I see the server list, it says wave 3, but after I join they're already at halfway through wave. But it doesn't matter, because I only need a little bit of money from maybe 2 or 3 people, like 200 each. I can have a tier 4 weapon, and tier 4 weapon should be good enough for wave 5, because it will only spawn 1 or 2 Scrakes on wave 5 in a long game, so I should be fine. And like I said, I don't recommend joining any servers if they've already reached a Scrake wave. If you don't want to drag the team down, of course, some people just like to join the servers when it's already wave 7 or 8 and hopefully reach the win or reach the achievement from them. And here I changed to combatant because I want to spawn with my armor. You want the armor at the Scrake wave, and you don't really need the little bit of armor healed by your medic darts. It's only like now I believe I can heal for 7 armor without the boost of the perk, and I should be healing for 10 if I have the boost. So it's only 3 armor. I'd rather have combatant before I have my full loadout. So I switch to combatant for this wave. And at the first look, this team is pretty decent. We have 2 medics, 1 support, 1 berserker, and 1 commander. And berserkers actually do pretty decent against Scrakes if they don't know what they're doing. But arguably, a medic with proof riser is better. And I'm not saying that this berserker is bad, but sometimes he throws some questionable EMPs, and I will talk about that when we get there. and he and some good guys give me some money so I can afford a tier 3 weapon, and I'm hoping if someone have even more spare cash so I can go straight to tier 4, but nobody have spare cash at the moment, so I'm satisfied with a tier 3 weapon. And also, normally you want to buy medic shotgun, of course, but I am still leveling my commando because it's only like 17 or 18. Oh my god. But I want to get it to level 20, so I bought the AK. And you will see I bought the Scar later because I want to level up my commando. And if you are playing on Earth, you don't really have the luxury to do this. But this is a suicidal game, so I want to level my commando for a bit. And as you will see later in this video, I am causing some unnecessary deaths because I'm trying to use the AK instead of having my medic gun out all the time. And there, the Berserker, as you can see, he likes to go to the door to fight the sets. I think that is bad because, as you can see, the spring can come from the left hand side under the slope of the gas tank of this map. So you don't really want to do this, because if you are fighting something at the door, like if you have a siren, you want to snap the siren with the pulverizer, and then the spring comes from the side to flank you, you will be in a very bad position. And here I don't even know why I'm getting hit by the bloat. He's like 6-7 meters away, but sometimes they do that. I don't know it's about the ping or the animation bar, because he bloats totally seems far enough away. And usually you want to fight around the car as a ranged perk, and as a melee perk you want to fight somewhere around where the Hux is currently standing. You don't want to be too far away from the teammates, but you want to draw the attention from the sets as a berserker. You will funnel the sets together so the teammates can grenade them or damage them with support shotguns. And here I pick up the shotgun from the guy who just left. And usually you don't want to go this close to the door in later waves because things can get really bad very quickly. And here I'm using the set time to type, so because it squeezes a lot less time typing, and I'm killing the trash instead of shooting the spray because there's no point shooting the spray. I'm not doing enough damage to him anyway, so I instead take the commando sprays to stop the trash sets from reaching the team on this side and let the support and berserker to deal with the squig. And as soon as I heard the squig is dead, I can come back to the middle and see which side needs support. And yeah, as you can see, people like to stack around the doors to try to get more kills. This is understandable. You have to keep it in mind that on this map, if you go to the door, it is likely that something will run up the slope to flank you because you're closing up to activate the spawning points inside the building instead of just the door. So yeah, you should keep that in mind, because if you run to the door, you keep getting sets coming down from the slope. So yeah, you can do this in early waves to get more money, but I don't recommend to go near the door at later waves. Like I said, you want to fight near the what's that? The trucks, the cars. I don't exactly know what is it. And here the good guys keep pumping me money so I can afford the medic without. And the medic without is actually pretty decent. You can buy it if you have a lot of extra money, even as a non-medic, because the recharge rate of the gun is pretty decent even if you're not medic. And the damage is good enough to one-shot crawlers even on Hell on Earth, so... Is it? Or just suicidal? I forgot. But as I am aware, they should be one-shotting crawlers on Hell on Earth too. And after the wave starts, you want to run to this area of the map, because yeah, I think this is the hardest map to solo, but it is the easiest map currently. Out of the 3 maps on release, it is the easiest map to multiplayer, because there's only two sides you need to defend on this map. Again, as the team is dealing with the Sprig fine, I can deal with the trash behind it. And you should also pay more attention to the sound of Sprigs, because they can come from both sides, of course. And we have 1 Sprig on each side now. And there, like I said, he randomly uses EMP for no reason. The Sprig is not raging, so what the EMP does is just do 1 peanut damage to the Sprig. And he wastes the EMP grenade there. And then we need to use 2 medic grenades because he takes the unnecessary damage. And there I thought the Sprig is nearly dead, so I give up on shooting the Sprig and try to deal with the traps again. And as you can see, when the sets come out of the door, they will get stuck in the corner and start jumping. I think you have to pay attention to that, so you don't waste as much ammo as you would if you just try to shoot them and they jump. And as you can see, I switched to AKE for the XP because I'm still leveling Commando. Usually, if you don't focus too much on killing, you should have enough ammo if you are using that deck without 24/7. And here I am trying to get as much XP as possible, so you see I keep tagging the bloats and the Sprigs. And again, both sides we have Sprigs, so I take a look at the health bars and decide that this side needs more health. So I focus more on this side. The support and commando seems to be circling around the Sprigs, no problem. So, and I see they have full health, so I think that helping the Berserker is more logical. Like as a medic, of course, you normally will have your medic guns out all the time. Shotgun more without, but in this game, I'm not always having the medic guns out. So you see sometimes teammates takes unnecessary damage, so you should pay attention to that too. And of course, as a medic, you can solo the Scrakes, but if we can do it in a safer way, why not, right? And as you can see right now, the team is split into two because different people is looking at different side. And good thing, like right now, everybody know how to circle around the Scrakes, so we deal with it fine. And if there's only one Scrake and nothing around it, it won't be too hard. Yeah, I don't really need the money here, but if they're willing to give, so I buy the Scar. I prefer the Scar off perk because you can kill things with an headshot instead of leaving them headless on some sets. Like most of the time, if you decap the sets with more damage, so a lot of the time you will be dead with one or two more shots instead of having like 30% of health left compared to the AK. And I think the AK is mostly better on Commander because it has more ammo. But I think with as an off perk, I would like the faster reload and higher single bullet shot, higher damage single bullet shot. So I have the Scar because the AK reload just too slow, I think, without the reload speed bonus. And here I'm actually just attacking the Scrake for XP, and I'm focusing on the trash behind the Scrake and not shooting the Scrake randomly because the Berserker obviously do not need my help for the Scrake. I should just kill the things behind it. And like I said in another video, you always want to kill Siren first, and then I myself will target crawlers because when they get close, they will be really annoying because they do all the jumping attacks, they dance around you, and you just take a lot of unnecessary damage. If you take the full combo, it's like 30 armor. It won't damage your health too much, but it will expand your armor like crazy. And I didn't use the medic grenade here because everybody is still healthy and I don't think a single first person will need healing. But then the Scrake, I see two more Scrakes, so I use one grenade here. And I think you don't really want to use the medic grenade every time you see a Scrake because of course there are more than 5 Scrakes per wave. And I should be here, the Berserker shouldn't need to be dead if I am playing as a full-time medic. But it's also not a bad idea to play 50-50 because some of the weapons is actually pretty decent on medic too, like the pulverizer. So, but you have to pay attention that every time you see a Scrake, you should be preparing medic revive. Right there, because I'm busy trying to tag everything with the Scar to get XP, I get the Berserker kill, which is bad. And again, I used the grenade not on the flash pump but on the trash because if I stop the trash and only let the flash pump pass, the team should be dealing with the flash pump no problem. Like there, they are 1 vs 4. using 4 people against a single flash punch should be good enough. So I just kill the trash. And this is the problem of using a loadout which is not automatic weapons, because you have to keep switching weapons. And the Scar only actually beats the AK in terms of reload speed, I think, in my opinion. And as a off-perk weapon, I prefer the Scar because you are not doing that much damage anyway, so both guns are not having much difference, so I prefer a faster reload. But as a commander, if I'm playing as a commander with the faster reload perk, I think the AK is better than the Scar for most of the time, unless you're fighting the big sets. And here, if the team manage to keep the last set alive, you should be running around to search for ammo. But you can spend some time to search for ammo, but you don't need too much time, because in later waves you should have far more than enough money. But now somebody is dead, so you may have to feed him up a bit so you can find some ammo. And I think my teammate is trying to transfer his pulverizer to the trader, so we don't lose our weapons. And we're just getting boring, so we shoot the screens. And the last set could be sometimes quite hard to find. Especially if someone is trying to kite that around for ammo or weapons. But I don't think you need money anymore starting from wave 7, unless there's like 2 new people joining the game. Because everybody will have more than 1,000 money, 1,000 dollars with everything they need. Sorry bro, get you killed. Yeah, I'm just leveling commando, so you will see me using the Scar more than I should. The Scar actually should only be used on borders or big sets like Spring or Flash Punch. And when you have time, you can always try to run backwards because it's good for kiting if you remember where to run without actually seeing the road. So don't waste your trader time. You can try to run backwards and try to not get blocked by the obstacles. Clearly someone is quite far away from us because the set time doesn't slow me down. And again, the Berserker is running to the door. I think this is not a good thing to do. If you, like, say he fires Spring there, and the Spring do all the crazy move, then spin into the room, and now the teammates cannot help him. They cannot shoot the Spring. I think, like there, he used the EMP for no reason again. The Spring is nowhere near raging. The timing is right on Hell on Earth because they rage at 90 health, but you don't need the EMP there. And here I see the Flash Pan. Instead of shooting the Flash Pan, I kill the Sirens. because I'm not doing good damage to the first punk anyway. And I see they're losing too much time on the first punk, so I empty clip on him. As I can see, the support is dealing with the sets coming up from the door. So you have to pay attention to what your team is doing. If they are fighting the Scrag, you kill the traps. If they're killing the traps, you have fighting the Scrag. No matter what perk you are using. Because yeah, you are not as effective as a support. But if you shoot a full clip into a Scrag, you still do like 20% of his health, I think. Around 20% of his health. And here like I said, you see them killing the Scrag. You kill the trash behind it. And the metagun is very good because you can shoot and heal at the same time. Here, if nobody is dealing with the trash, they will get grabbed from behind and get killed by the Scrag. So kill the trash. Do not focus the big guys over everybody. I see a lot of team is dying because everybody is shooting the same target and the other trash sets is coming close and kill everyone. And here, because the commander is quite far away from us, we cannot see the stalkers. And it seems that the support is dealing with the Scrag fine, so I'm just tagging with the Scarf or XP. You don't actually need to help the Scrag, but the second is no on the other hand. So yeah, situation may change. So adjust your movement or action accordingly. If you really want it, you can keep dropping from the edge and get healed by medics to get free armor, but again, this is very late into the game. You don't actually need that money. Maybe when they release pie bombs, you may want extra money, even the data waves, but right now as you can see, everybody has like at least 1.5k dosh. And sometimes waiting for the rain to start is quite boring.
More Zeds on the scope. Back to it, Miss empty.
And he's still trying to cheese. The armor. And here I think $300 for armor is nothing right now, so I switch to more armor healing. And it seems the medic is trying to get some heals too. And again, you kill the trash, you stop the sets from getting close to the berserker because he's dealing with this way. And for some reason, everybody is camping this door. We have 5 people, you can pick this side. So when that happens, you can see if the other side need help. But it seems the commando at that side of the map is pretty decent. Like that. And I don't really think using EMP or flashbang is worth it too, because you need two to calm it down, and if you're focusing fire, he will instantly rage again. So I don't think using EMP or flashbang is worth. And you are not actually decreasing a lot of his damage. A flashbang, raging flashbang is only doing like 40 damage even without armor, 40 to 50 maximum. And with the medic constantly healing, you shouldn't need to EMP the flashbangs. And there, I made the Scrake's attack to buy more time, a few more seconds, for my teams to notice the Scrake, and I come to this side to fight off the trash. And for some reason they use a lot more time than usual to kill the Scrake, but that's fine because I'm keeping the trash from them. Of course, on the max difficulty Hell on Earth, the sets will be moving a lot faster, so you may not fight off the trash as easily, but yeah, after you play Hell on Earth, you think that sets on Suicidal is moving really slow. And do not do that. Never tank the flamethrower from the hugs. I see a lot of people die because they think it's only 2 seconds. I can decap him in 2 seconds. Yeah, you can, but he can kill you in 2 seconds too. The Huck's flamethrower attack do a lot of damage. And here, because I noticed the siren pretty late, so I cannot kill them in time, and so I can't use the medic grenade either. So yeah, the good thing is we have a lot of grenade, and basically we just look down the flashbang. And this wave I actually really use all of my scar ammo, and I barely even use my medic guns. And yeah, that's juicy XP, but yeah, you sometimes will get your teammates in trouble. So you have to always keep that in mind. Of course, if you are trying to beat the map, you won't be using the scar, but you will be always using medic guns. And your visor is a medic, because medic with pulverizer, you can just block and tank forever. You can just not try to parry. You can just block, and as a medic, you just doesn't die if you block within your medic range.
Stay sharp. I can almost smell them.
Closed. Go make a difference.
And here we come to the last wave. Now we have double flashbangs. You do have to pay attention, because double flashbang could be bad if you... Yeah, I always see somebody try to tank both flashbangs. Like I said, with a medic, you can tank a flashbang no problem, like forever, but you cannot take both flashbangs. You cannot stay at the face and 2 flashbang forever. You will die pretty quickly with 2 flashbang if you just try to stay at the phase to parry. There I kill the bloats. I try to kill the bloats before I actually kill the flashbang. And here is a good time to use a medic grenade because they're fighting 2 flashbangs. And after the grenade, you can just. And there I know what I'm doing because I obviously see the siren and I know why I use the grenade. I don't waste it. And again, you are not helping in the flashbang fights, so you kill the trash. If you are not equipped for, if your loadout is not good to kill flashbangs, and even if you don't kill the hugs there, you can at least stun the hugs. Because like I said, medic revivals can stun hugs and sirens if you score a headshot. And right here, I didn't fight with the team because you have to cover the escape route. You cannot fight there forever. That's why I said you have to play solo to know enough about the spawning points and where to run, where not to run. Because obviously teammate doesn't know that you cannot fight there. So I run ahead of them to cover the escape route. And if they don't start running there, they will die. They will just die if they don't start running. There is the worst spot to fight. You can fight sometime around this area, but near the train no. And again, I'm covering the escape route because you can't stay here forever. And again, I run here to cover the escape route because you will need it eventually. So I'm fighting with the sets around here, and while healing them, right now I can't afford to pull out my scar anymore because things get pretty bad. Normally there won't be anything coming down just from the slope, unless there's someone run down there to activate those spawning points. Normally there won't be anything coming up there. So you can just stay here, keep healing my teammates while stop every set from coming out from this door. Yeah, you have to cover the escape routes. And here we should run past that door, like I said on the solo video, because sets will come out from there. But again, they don't feel like running. We should be running 10 seconds ago. You don't want to stay around here. Here is a pretty bad location. We don't want to stay here. And we get separated. And you want to run out of this door ASAP. I think soloing is here. I thought I saw someone drop down there, but obviously I saw it wrong. I thought someone is dropping down there, so I followed him. But really, he's not. He ran somewhere else. And although sloppy, he didn't actually die this wave. And for Hangs, that's really the hardest part is wave 10. You don't really. Hangs is just easy. I think after you learn how to fight him, you can get screwed over during wave 7 to 10 if the game tries to kill you. And yeah, because we have all the doors in the world, so we can stack AA12, but we know that we don't need that. Also, stay around cover. Don't stay in the open and encountering dead ends instantly kills you, because you should not be in the open. And there's really nothing much to talk about Hanks. Hanks is not. Has nothing much to talk about. Just they are on covers, and this is very good because you can do this. He tried to shoot you, close the door. And if somebody is circling around him, the fight get even easier. The fight get even easier if someone try to circle around him. And if he tries to drink, is instantly full armor, as you can see, instantly full armor. Try to shoot you, close the door. Don't stay in the open, like the other guys do. Yeah, you see, as you can see, he has no armor, and as soon as tanks drain him, he's full armor. And also, pay attention to your surroundings because sets can spawn. Sets can spawn if you spend too much time before he grabs someone. And as you can see, less than 10 seconds, he's down one phase again. And our Berserker is at full armor again. This is just stupid. And track if anything spawned. Yeah, because Hanks is nearly dead, so I don't even bother to heal my teammates. Hanks is nearly dead anyway, and see? Hanks is not the hard part. If 10 is the hard part, Hanks is really easy. If everything fails as a medic, you can just cut him around forever. So yeah, that's it. And thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.